Hi, hello everyone. I'm Prashant Nandam. Welcome back to our channel. Today, in our AWS Masterclass series, we will see session 15, which is, if you see here, we have done with session 14, and today we will be covering DynamoDB and AWS Lambda. As usual, I have prepared a notes for you in session 15 readme from readme.md file. And if you see here, DynamoDB. What is DynamoDB? It is a fully managed NoSQL database service which is provided by AWS. Okay, and it delivers fast and predictable performance with seamless scalability. Okay, hope you understood, which means DynamoDB is a fully managed NoSQL database service. That is the first thing, and it is provided by AWS. That is the second thing, and third thing is it delivers fast and predictable performance with seamless scalability. Okay, now why DynamoDB is used? Because it gives high performance with low latency and automatic scaling without manual intervention. We don't need to do any scaling. It will scale automatically, and it is fully managed. No server maintenance is required. And again, if you see when to use DynamoDB, when you are running a web application or mobile application in backend or gaming or any microservice architecture, in those cases. Okay, and key concept is, in DynamoDB you can create tables, items and attributes, which means tables means collection of data, items means individual records, and it is data fields. Okay, and in this video we will be seeing three things. Okay, I mostly divide this session into two parts as we did previously for session 14. And first thing is, we will see what is DynamoDB, how it works and how we create data in it. And in part 2 we will we will be covering Lambda as well today, Lambda service. We will see what is Lambda and how it works. And in the third, in part 2 only, we will be seeing how to integrate Lambda with DynamoDB. These three things we are going to see today. Again, first thing, in part 1 we will see what is DynamoDB and how to create tables and everything. And in part 2 we will be covering Lambda function. In addition to that, we will see how Lambda function works with DynamoDB. Hope you understood. And before proceeding into demo, I request you all to subscribe to our channel for more DevOps related content, and please share channel information to your colleagues or friends or someone who is interested in learning DevOps courses, so that it will help me as well. Cool, let's begin. Go to AWS console, and as usual I'll be selecting a region which is close to me. Now click for DynamoDB service. See here, manage NoSQL database. Click on this. Once you click on this, click on create table. Okay, after creating a table, give name as we'll be going with engineering details. Imagine you are in a college or something like, and there are some engineering students and you are capturing their data. Okay, name it as engineers. And okay, and here if you see table, what we have seen in our readme file, if you see a table, what it is, collection of data. Okay, table means collection of data. And the other thing is partition key, which is very important. Let me give details. Engineer ID, and it is a string. It can be anything. You can change number, binary and all. And why partition key is being used, DynamoDB finds data using this partition key. Okay, and example, it may be for now we are engineer ID or student ID or roll number or PAN number, any other, whatever the detail you are provide in this partition key, DynamoDB finds this data using the partition key. Hope you understood. Okay, and it is a unique identifier. That's it, and leave this for now. And now create table. You can create table or customize settings as well. Standard, and I'll go with the default for now. You can see default table settings here: capacity mode, maximum read capacity, and write capacity. We'll see this later. For now, click create table. It is creating. Let's wait. Great, wonderful. The engineers table was created successfully. Cool. The table has been created now, and here if you see read capacity mode and write capacity mode, which it is like I selected default, right? That is why it is showing on demand. If not, it will show you some number 5 5 or 1 1, something like, I mean, after clicking on this, it will not show as on demand when you select customize or something, like it will give you some random one, and if you check on that, it will give you 1 or 5 and maximum is 10 read, in that way, because it will give you maximum 10 read capacity or write capacity, and if it is more than 10, it will automatically scale up the infrastructure. Okay, now we have table. If you see here, we have table, but we don't have any data here. So what we need to do, we have to create a data, which means create table. Click on this. Now if you see here, table is engineers. Okay, and click on create item. Provide the ID here. We can also use JSON here. Click on JSON view. I mean, if you want to go with here, you can provide engineering ID, which is 123, and you can add new attribute as well, which is, if you select string, it will give you string. If you select number, it will give you number. In that way, you can provide engineering engineer ID. Let's mention as something like 100, and next add new attributes and click string and add attribute name as name and value as Prashant, and then again new attribute, we'll go with string again, and department will add now. Department, which is cloud. We are going with engineer, no? Let's add mechanical, that will be easy. Mechanical engineer, add new attribute and again string, and here what we'll do, years of experience, years, let's just mention years. Mention 4 years. Yes, it will be for 4 years engineer, and then we'll add, this is not string here, it should be number. Years, which is 4, and then we'll go with string. We'll add location Harvard. This fine for now. Let's click on create item. It is created successfully. Create new item. That was 100, so this, let's give 101. Add new string name Satya, then department, oh sorry, department, mm, civil engineer, let's add number, years, 4, and location. We can ignore location actually, because it is not like it should be same or something, which means let me create first. I'll show you. Now if you see here, this Prashant has location, but Satya do not have any location. Okay, so this is the huge advantage that we can have in this DynamoDB, which is schemeless database. Nothing like it is not mandatory to provide all the details. It's up to you. You can give what all you needed. Okay, now we created data, right? Just come back, click on filters, attribute name, give it as engineer ID and equal to string value 101, and click run. It will give you only for that value. See, completed, item returned 1, item scanned 2. Why? We have 2 items, that is why 2. This is the one we created. Okay, and we are receiving the data. Now if you go to here and do 103, it will not return 0 items. Why? There is no 103 item at least created. Engineer data has been created. Let's create now. I'll give only engineer ID as 103, and I'll go with string. Now I'll give name, just go with the name itself, Ishwar. I have created. If you see, only it automatically runs. Just check Ishwar. Similar way, if I go to 100 and run, see, this is what we can use. Updating records and everything we can do here, and if needed we can also delete the item. And this is how we can store data within DynamoDB. And this is just for sample and for your understanding. You can explore more on this item by going to official documentation thing. Query also you can do. Now you can do query as well. What I did, I have selected the table which is engineer and selected a specific attribute which is name, and now when I run this it will give me only name and value is 103. See, we have did query here. We have selected our table and specific attribute. We have given our attribute here which is name, and partition key, as we discussed, it is very important to find our details. The value is 103, and now what it will do, for attribute engineer ID which has 103 value, it will return their name. See, this is what it will do. Now the same thing, if I do 101 and click run, it should return another name. See, that's how it works. Hope you understood. And that's all for DynamoDB from my end for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. In our next session we will see Lambda.